Time for more Biz Apps. Pete and I usually do a battle between BlackBerry and Apple, but today we needed the voice of the Android crowd heard, so we brought in Caleb Jonesson, one of our great programmers here at Canada's Mastermind Development Corporation. Big drink of water, big fan of the Android. What the heck is Android anyway, Caleb?
Android is actually an operating system written by Google, and the idea behind it was to make it portable and port onto different devices.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of the Google answer to the popularity of Apple and the iPhone, and the hardware followed, and you're a big fan of the whole Android thingy.
I am.
Okay. Heard you have how many shirts?
Two
shirts.
Two Android shirts.
One device. Let's get into the Android app. What have you got for us? Guess first.
Today it is Color Note. It is basically a listing and note application that allows you to sort your day-to-day plans, put timers on them, and create checklists.
So can we, say for instance, take something off of our calendar and turn it into a note, or an email turn it into a note, or how does that work?
The note is its own standalone application. However, you can take a single note and you can send it to other people through email.
Okay.
You can port to different social networking sites, Twitter, Facebook, and throw it up on there. It has great backup options, so you can put it onto the SD card or onto your computer to back up all of your notes.
Okay.
And you can set timers that will actually throw themselves up into your notification bar.
Okay. So kind of like a sticky note application then. It's customizable, goes across all the social media ports as you talked about.
It ties into Google Notes on your calendar?
I don't know. I haven't tried it out that way. I've just been happy with it as a standalone application. I wouldn't be surprised if they did support something like that.
Cool. You know, before we came to air, Caleb was telling us about another neat thing about the applications and how there's an option to time out of a purchase, or explain that.
Well, the great thing that Android actually has in their marketplace that other cell phones, operating systems for cell phones do not have, is the ability to refund their applications if they are not satisfied or it does not run on their device.
Who hasn't bought an app and kind of gone, gosh, why did I waste the $2.99 on that?
Exactly.
This sucks. You get an opportunity to actually buy it. So essentially, Android gives you the ability to turn every app into a trial version.
Yes.
But you can only do it once, right?
Once, yeah.
Right?
Once per application.
Right?
Yes, once per application.
Not like you've done anything like that before.
Not at all.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll go from tallest to
medium bar
to mediumist
to low bar.
Yeah. So what have we got from the Apple camp today?
Okay. Well, today we have an application for those business people that are out and about in their vehicles, and they're concerned with saving gas.
Who isn't?
Yeah. We have an application which is called Fuel Finder.
This is cool, actually.
It is. Now, I was skeptical when I paid the $2.99 because I can't get a refund on the iPhone.
Non-refundable.
But I was really pleasantly surprised. Obviously, we're in Kamloops, British Columbia, Canada. Here's an application that issued from a provider out in the States. It said that it did US and Canada.
Okay. So you were a little skeptical.
I was a little skeptical. How many of our gas stations are they going to really cover in, Kamloops, British Columbia, up in the interior? Well, it looks to me like they've got them all.
Okay, so what do we do?
I was really pleasantly surprised because not only will it rank these gas stations based on price or nearest location, but it's even got great little settings on it, like you can tell it that you're on fumes.
I'm running on fumes,
and
get into a gas station.
It will find you the gas station that's cheapest and closest to you.
Cool.
So you knows you're on fumes. Okay, here's the 3 that it will work for you. Here's the cheapest one. And
I mean, fuel prices are such a huge factor for so many businesses these days that a device like this that in real time updates the prices at gas stations in the area, gives you the lowest price, well worth the investment.
When especially in the news lately, we've been hearing things like over the course of the next year to 3 years, we're going to see gas prices in Canada go up, and in the States go up as much as 30 to 40%.
Yikes.
So it's going to become more and more of an issue for people as they're traveling around trying to do business, and even a few cents of savings. This application tells us over the course of the year can amount on average to about $94 and change.
Well, that makes me really happy that I bought my big 5.9 liter truck. How long have you known about this 30 to 40% price increase?
It's been in the news. You don't watch the news, obviously.
News?
Fuel Finder. Check it out at the iPhone application store.
All right. A little bit of a cross platform from me this time around for BlackBerry fans. Actually, it's one of the apps that I had been using for as long as I've had a BlackBerry, and I thought, you know, I've been using this so much, why don't I talk about Point? It's P-O-Y-N-T. Point, I say it's a cross-platform, because, what are you laughing at?
Well, you know, every application that you bring up on the Biz Apps,
Yeah.
Every single one is spelt by people that just don't know how to spell.
Like contacts with
like contacts
two
last
X's
week.
And
you know, now you're point with a Y.
Can I continue, please?
Please do.
I call it a cross-platform because it's good for personal and good for business.
In other words, he was teasing me last week about showing you applications which he calls toys.
They were toys?
So he's dumbing it out for you this week. He's going to show you a toy.
No, not a toy at all. It is something that you can use for fun and recreation, and I'll explain in a moment, but you can also use it for business. Let's say, for example, that you're my business client and you're in town, and I say, Peter, we have wonderful restaurants in Kamloops. What kind of restaurant do you want? Well, I like Chinese food, says Peter. Go ahead, say that.
Well, I like Chinese food,
says Peter. Well, let me go to Point. I open up the application, hit the restaurant bar. It gives me opportunities to search restaurants by location relative to my GPS location, by, what do you call it, by, what's a Chinese restaurant?
by genre.
Genre of restaurant, and I can find something that's nice and close, and we can link it into Google Maps from my current location and get us to a restaurant that a business client would like. Who doesn't have business affairs as part of closing the deal over a couple of martinis, as they say. Also got the white pages in here for people listings, got the yellow pages for business listings. You can link directly to Google Maps and it'll take you from wherever you are to wherever you want to be. And here's the personal side of things. Might not take a business client out to a movie, but you want to go out with your wife or friends to a movie. One of the things I like about Point is it gives you all of the local movies in your region. You can find out exactly what's playing. You can see the trailers of all the movies, and you can use PayPal to purchase your tickets right online as well. So when you get to the theater, you just punch in your code to the electronic dispenser, and there's your reserved tickets, which is great for those high volume, highly anticipated movie releases that everybody's waiting in line for hours for. You just get yours electronically via Point. So telephone resources, mapping resources, restaurant and movie resources. Point, P-O-Y-N-T. Get it at BlackBerry App World.
So there you have it. BlackBerry's Point, iPhone's Fuel Finder, and Android's
Color Note.
Color Note.
Thanks, Caleb. Great job, man. See you next time for another edition of Biz Apps.
I won this one.
Android default. Win.